You said it is.
Yep. All right, and we are good. Facebook Live, we are back, and you are inside the Culture Divide Experiment. We are here with another guest. I tell you, we're doing this all day long. It's the Mother Sons Summit. It's an event. It's epic. We have gone through how many interviews so far? Three?
Four.
About four? Three?
Oh, this will be the fourth.
This will be our fourth. And each one gets better and better, so no pressure or anything. So please tell us, you're here as a host for the summit, and break this down for us. Tell us what you're doing, what you're talking about, and all that good stuff.
Okay, cool. So Rachel is an amazing friend of mine, and she asked me to host her event. So I was excited about it. I have a son. My son is 13, and unfortunately he couldn't be here. He has activities today, but Saturday, yes, boy thing. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited to host. I love Rachel. She is an absolute doll. I have two nonprofits. One is a youth entrepreneurship program for Baltimore City. We have 21 youth entrepreneurs, and right now we're actually in the middle of courses. So the training courses run through the fall and the winter, and then they work all spring and summer doing events such as this, like you see the vendors set up in there. It would be all you.
Oh, really?
They have their own businesses. They have everything, the whole display, branding, marketing, they have all of that.
Wow.
They take classes and they learn financial literacy, branding, marketing, social media etiquette, banking, 501c3 basics. They do business plans, mission, visions, core values. We do all
Oh,
that.
this is straight business school.
Yes, it's business.
This is real.
It's 6 weeks of hardcore crash courses.
How's
Very
the?
cool.
Wow, that is amazing. And how many students you taking that?
21.
21.
Thank you.
How's the response coming from? Because that's a lot to throw a young adult into, a young child into. How's that been?
Well, as long as we have lots of parent participation, that's the biggest key, is that the parents understand, and they get a training course as well. And if they understand that if they're going to allow their kids to be business owners, it is a commitment on their end just as much as the kids.
Wow.
Yeah, and so that is something that has to be noted up front. And they have to
Parent participation.
Absolutely. Parent participation is key. Both of my kids are youth entrepreneurs. My son runs his own snowball stand in the summer. And I mean, it's like a whole...
They can be thirsty now.
He has a whole big setup. And then my daughter has a photography company that she runs all throughout the year. So she has photo booth, and she also does event photography, and she does photo shoots.
Nice, very nice, excellent. So, with all these 21, not that you're playing any bias or anything, but what's been the most interesting or one of your favorite types of business you've seen them come up with?
Let me see.
Not to put you on the spot or
Yeah,
anything.
you put me on the spot. It's okay. So I think I have one girl who wants to do a nonprofit, and she wants to do one with crowns. She wants to crown her peers and give them levels. So basically, it's like a self-love type of thing. So it's kind of like if she wants to offer classes. So it's like if you're here and you're suffering from confidence and esteem, self-esteem, you know, in your life, then your color will be blue, and you still wear a crown, but you're leveling yourself up. And the ultimate color is yellow. Okay.
All right.
And that's just self-acceptance and awareness of knowing where you are, what help you might need.
Right.
Yeah, and how, you know, your peers can help you.
And it gives you a place to aspire to, a direction to go so that you can improve yourself.
And then when you get to yellow, you are then what they wish you would have as the helpers that go out and help the blue.
Oh.
So that one was inspiring to me because my second nonprofit organization is a self-love. It's called Just Love by Ebonee. And we do workshops to promote self-love, workshops against suicide, workshops for esteem, self-development, all kinds of stuff like that, just for self. So when she came to me, I was blown away. I was like, I love you, girl. So, yeah.
And that's
so
not you
my
playing a
favorite.
favoritism thing. You just love the idea.
I just love the idea because it hasn't even manifested yet. We're actually helping her put that all together. But I just love the idea. But I love all the kids. Their businesses are amazing. They have we have bakers. We have you know what? I do have one that I absolutely love. She has affirmation mirrors. So she has these little mirrors, and then she, like, when you go purchase the mirrors, she'll write your name and write an affirmation on the mirror for you.
Oh, that is really lovely.
Just talking about somebody talking in the mirror about every day, what to say to themselves and everything.
So, as an entrepreneur mom, you say you have two. You have a boy.
I have a boy and a girl.
Okay.
13 and 7. My daughter will be 17.
I too have a boy and a girl.
Okay.
My son is 9 and my daughter is 5.
Oh,
yes.
I love it.
But as an entrepreneur mom, talk to me about what. I know why you do what you do. Talk to our audience about why you do what you do from a mother's perspective, and what you hope your kids are picking up. What do you want them to learn from your path right now?
Well, I really, I do have the 2 nonprofits, and then I do have my own business. It's a date before business. So, like, my target market is, I'm not going to say just husbands, because it's also just men, period. They reach out to me between the ages of 30 and 60, reach out to me for their significant others, and they want to set up a vacation or set up a hotel room or set up a date or whatever. We handle everything. They just show up. And if they want us to get them car service, we do that as well. And then I'm also a program director for Baltimore City Public School System.
Okay.
So, I have a lot going on, and I just want them to pick up my drive if they don't pick up anything else. Okay, pick up my drive and know that this was for them. What I'm doing is for them, and that they just appreciate the sacrifices that I've made, because both of my kids will go to school completely debt free.
Wow.
Their schooling is paid for already.
That is a blessing.
Yeah, and it's continuing to grow, and they'll still be in a great place when they finish graduating.
What is your aspiration as a mom for your son? When you think about the Mother-Son Summit and what today means for the participants, and I know you said your son couldn't be here, but what are some of the life things that you want your son to, not including drive, that you want him to have? Like, when you think of him as a man, what do you imagine?
I want him to have, I want him to stay motivated. To stay motivated, to be a great representation for Black men. I want him to understand how important his role is going to be to the little boys that will be coming up after him, and I want him to just keep pushing, even when it gets hard, even when the odds are completely against you, even when they break you down mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Keep pushing and know that I'm going to be here, because I am Mama Bear. Okay, so I will be here. I don't care if he's 40. I'm here. What is going on? What is going on? So yeah, so I just want him to know that he's not alone. I have his back, and just keep pushing and to pray.
Now I have to have a question, because you went into something, and and it's getting serious now. Okay? It's getting serious, because you said it. You was like, all right, Mama Bear is here.
She said, I don't care if he's 40.
I don't care.
She's showing up.
And she's showing up.
Be in the building. They're going to be like, dang, go his mama, here she comes.
You made me think about that commercial where the little boy was trying to play dodgeball, and the mother jumps in. It's like, no.
Listen, that is
that's my wife.
That is
my
so
wife.
me. I was like super team mom. Okay, so my kid he's played every sport. Needless to say, I probably played every sport with him. Right now, he's not in sports anymore. He is like a master debater, and he plays the saxophone. He left the sports alone, and he really was amazing at swimming, which is why I didn't understand. Right. But I wondered if it was me a little bit. That maybe I wasn't doing so much. I would be out there. I'm probably the problem. For all the mothers out there who are mama bears, sometimes we gotta back down. Okay? But no, I was that mom. I was out on that football field. I made sure that I'm like, what do you need to get when we started? What do you need to get to be able to have access to be out on the field? It's like, oh, you gotta take this class, get your ID. Done in a week. What you need? Listen, I was on the sideline, so I'm like the team mom of all team moms, right? I come up there to be cool with snacks, fruit, all that stuff, right? I just whatever I gotta do, so because the coaches like you out on the field, right? So I just needed to be out there, and when kids was falling, I'm the first mom out there, like, wait a minute, because I need to see what's going on. The mothers knew. They were like, oh, Ebonee got him. If the kids fall, I was that mom. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that was too good.
Okay, yes, so, I was that mom.
So you talked about things that our young brown and Black brothers are going to be going through. You talked about just keep going, stay motivated. What are some of the things you've seen? I mean, you're as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman, being an employee of, was it the state?
The city.
The city.
Baltimore City.
So what are some of the things you see that can keep us down, but you have to break through?
I think one of the biggest hurdles is the self-destruction. That our young boys tend to fall into that trap, and I really feel like it's a society it's like a society setup almost that our boys have to fight through because they're not it's not a lot of self-encouragement taught and promoted, you know, and not just the school system, just period. It's not a lot of like motivate yourself, push yourself, get up and want to do this for yourself, you know? And it's not a lot of that. So they tend to fall into traps of self-destruction, be it get in trouble out in the street or get in trouble in school, trying to get attention in the most negative ways. That's all self-destruction. And it's kind of like, I feel like if we can somehow promote more self-motivation and self-strength and self-determination by our boys, just, you know, push them. Like when you wake up, you look in the mirror and you push yourself. I'm a magnificent young black man, you know, and it's not anything better than that. I'm great and I'm going to create greatness. I have a purpose. I'm needed. I'm wanted. You know, I belong here. I have a higher purpose.
I'm sorry to mean to cut you off, but you're going on a good run there, and I want to get you while you still.
Oh, okay, because girl, we keep going.
I know. No. But you talked about, you know, self-encouragement, and then in the same previous breath, you also talked about mama bearing, and I want your thoughts on how you're trying to balance allowing your son to be a masculine man and grow up and embrace his manhood, and still love him as a mother, but, you know, kind of
the nurturing, when you start to pull the nurturing away.
You're not making him mama's boy.
Essentially, that's what I'm trying to say. How we
got that strong arm with the boys,
right?
Okay?
Yeah.
So listen, moms, it's hard, okay? It is hard because when we see our sons fall and fail, we want to jump in and say, I got you, I'm going to fix this, but you can't. And you have to, so to speak, leave it in God's hands. You got to kind of pray on it. I hope that he can get himself out of this situation. I have given him the tools that he needs to get himself out of this situation. And we have to make a conscientious effort to step away. And even if you have to go in the bathroom, lock the door, look in the mirror and talk to yourself, like, he knows that I love him. I gave him everything that he needs, but I cannot be that person that saves him every time.
So it sounds like you've done that before.
You know, my son has fallen. My son, when my son loved swimming. I mean, he was amazing at it, and he started not to feel confident with swimming. And that was the only sport that I could say he really, really loved. Because the rest of them, he was like, "Man, how much longer I gotta?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is one more season." You know, because you learn so much in organized sports. You learn teamwork. You learn self-confidence. You learn a lot. You learn sportsmanship, teamwork. It's so much that you learn. So I thought it was important that I do at least expose him to organized sports, even though it wasn't his thing and I knew it. But swimming was, and he didn't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, you know, why don't you want to do it? I don't feel good about it. So he was in a space where he didn't really know what he wanted to do. Now I knew, because I know my child, that he would be debating. Everything is a debate. But I was trying to wait a little while because I knew that it would come back on the home court. Now we debate about everything. But he has won awards. He has for the Urban Debate League.
That's awesome.
He has mastered debating, but he's always been that kid that challenged and he wanted to know why. And why is such an important question, because as parents sometimes we're like, you don't ask me why. But I was always one who allowed my kids to ask why, even though sometimes I would go in the bathroom and want to bang my head consistently against the wall, you know, because it was driving me crazy. But I opened the doors up to the why, and although sometimes that one why would turn into a 2-hour conversation and we didn't sit here, you know, but sometimes you got to do it. And so he was that kid. Even before I was I'm gonna say even before I was to the point of parenthood where I understood the power of why, he was just that kid that was like, well, can you tell me why? Well, I would like to know why. You know, underneath my breath.
Yeah, that's
but
not easy.
And then, you know, I'm explaining, and this is like, I'm like, oh. And so he would go on the computer and research stuff, and he'd be like, Ma, give me the facts or whatever it was that we were discussing.
The why.
The why. And I would be like, okay, great. And I knew that would be something that somehow that would manifest into whatever his passion was. And now he debates. He is amazing at it.
So you actually caught it early on.
I caught it early on, but
you didn't want to nurture it because you didn't want that to come back and bite you. But now you
but
realize.
But as young parents, because I was a teen parent with my daughter, and then I had my son at 22, and I was still in school and growing myself. My kids kind of grew with me, so I understood the importance of why, and I let that grow for him eventually as I grew as a parent. But at first, no, I was just like, this kid is gonna drive me crazy. Look, we're paying us for it, but no, he's a great debater. He plays the saxophone. But back to what you were saying, he went through a period, or maybe that was you, I apologize. He went through a period where he didn't feel confident. He didn't know what he wanted to do. He didn't know where he was. And I think I'm not going to just say boys, everybody goes through that, you know, that period. And as mothers, sometimes we want to jump in and create a world for them so that they don't feel lost. But the importance in that is to not do that. To let them find their way and be that guide and that support system that they need, but allow them the freedom, the independence. It's such a confidence builder, man, when they feel like they did it themselves. And even though we're on the backside giving them everything they need, they don't see us on the forefront. They feel like this is an accomplishment that they did on their own. It's nothing greater than that.
And that starts early on, because I have a 2-year-old now that will not allow me to put her in her car seat.
You gotta pay attention
and you know what?
to stuff
It's like, okay,
that.
all right, and yeah, we're running late. Because if you have 2 little girls, just so you know, my 3-year-old and my 2-year-old, I either get there early or I'm there late. There's no in between.
There is no
on time.
In between.
So you're dealing with these little personalities, and you know I see it now. She says, "No, get off me!"
That is
so
so
okay,
cute.
sit her there, let her climb into the car seat, and then she takes her time. And okay, all right, we got to go.
But
then,
it's developing personality.
It's developing. So I follow, and I'm paying attention to it, but I understand exactly what you're talking about.
But there's no handbook with this parenting thing, and that's why I try to promote, especially because I talk to a lot of mothers that had things going on in their lives with teenagers that they would consider to be difficult. And you're not alone. I'm telling parents all the time, like, it's a whole bunch of us. Reach out to each other, you know, because it's hard and it's no handbook. And sometimes we have to develop our own understanding so that we can understand them. Because they are a lot more intelligent than what and observant. They pick up on things quickly, you know, and sometimes we have to tune into that. Like, that's why they're doing that, and okay, and later on, think for the future. Later on, this will be a great tool for them to have. We just gotta groom it. So I think as the big picture, the bottom line is that less overbearing parenting and more guiding and supporting.
Indeed. Excellent. Okay, if you have any questions, I saw you over there, like, trying to chime in or something.
You can ask me something.
Ask her something, Kev.
Do you have children?
No.
Oh, okay. How old
He's
are
an
you?
educator.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're an educator.
So obviously I'm not a parent per se, but
But
my
you
parental
are.
role is that I interact with the student population at large, and there are some things I like what you were saying about that self-agency, that desire to do things for yourself. I incorporate a lot of that personal responsibility when I talk to the students, because I let them know that especially as a black male, my pops taught me that there isn't really a better feeling than being able to do something yourself and then seeing it to completion. It gives you motivation to continue to do things. It allows you to see that strength within yourself, even if it's something small or something big, and it gives you confidence. I think Mike Tyson says success breeds confidence and confidence breeds success.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you get those, once you start getting that ball rolling, then it's all right. Well, now I can do this. Now I can do that. Now I can do this, and the goals start getting even bigger and bigger.
No. I'm going to cut you off, but I was just going to say a big piece of that also is that we teach them not to fear failure, because failure breeds accountability. So you know when you fail, look over everything you did, be accountable for where you messed up, go in, do it a different way. If you fail again, repeat that, but eventually you'll succeed. And I just feel like with not even with young boys, just children, period, or people, period, because even as adults, sometimes failure can get us down, but we got to know that failure is actually a great thing. Confusion is a great thing, too, because then you asking questions and you learn something.
Being inquisitive is the best. It's almost like the best point in your life. I mean, like my son had a Rubik's Cube, and initially he took it out the box. He asked me to scramble up, so I scrambled it up. He took it and he thought he was just going to go in his room and just bam it out. And he came back in the room. He was like, I can't figure this out. I was like, so what's your point? He's like, well, I can't do it. I said, well, you can't give up because I bought it because you asked me to buy it.
There you
so
go.
you got to figure it out because I'm that parent. Like, don't you come in here and tell me somebody smacked you upside the head. You better smack them back.
Yes, now.
But so he was like, well, what am I supposed to do? I said, figure it out. I said, go research it. I said, there's YouTube videos, there's Google searches. They tell you how it pivots. No, we do. We had to, right? So what did he do? He goes and Google.
Mental stability.
It was more, right? But he went and Google searched it. He figured it out literally in like 10 minutes and came back and was like, oh, I did it. I said, don't come in here and telling me that you can't figure. That's okay. It's okay that you don't know how to do it. Go through the process of trying to figure out how to do it.
Exactly.
And then remember those steps for the next time.
Yeah.
I tell him that all the time. It's okay that you don't know. You're not supposed to know everything, but you are supposed to put yourself in situations where you can research and learn and be inquisitive. And that, I think inquiry breeds passion and that breeds innovation.
My daughter's going through that right now. My daughter will be 17 on March the 25th. And she's at a point in her life where she's like figuring life out, and right now we're going through money management decisions because she has quite a bit of money coming in, but being 16 and 17, sometimes you look at that money and you're like, listen, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. No, you can't. Like, you got to start preparing for what's to come.
I got to tell you, I don't want to cut you off, but
No,
I had to say this because I got to shout out to my man Kev Smith, because when we were in high school, in the middle of the summer, Kev was the only one that actually had money after the summer, because he had the drive and the vision to say, okay, these first 3 checks from our I'm not going to spend. So we all got summer jobs at the same time. So that first check, we all blown it out on everything else, and Kev was that disciplined dude that would basically hold on to that 3rd check. By that 4th check, that's when he started spending, and he would only spend half of it at that point. So by the time the end of the summer came along, all of us were broke. Kev was still rolling.
And that's where that's kind of where we're at, because I'm like, you got to develop a plan, an action plan. You're going to college soon. It's a lot of stuff that comes with that. Yes. And I don't want to be that source for her, because she has her own company that she works at Sonic. So she has money coming in, and then I just want her to understand the importance of having money. Like having money put aside in different places, savings account. You're young, your life insurance policy that you'll get at 18 will be $20 a month. Pay it for 12 months, and then you're good for the year. It's certain things you gotta have. Set yourself up a few savings bonds for the future. You never know what's to come. Invest in something. It's places to put your money where your money can work for you and you're not working for your money.
Invest in stuff that you like.
Yeah.
I'm a big component of that.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're going to end it there because we're coming to a close. We're still going on with the Mothers in Summit. Ebonee's going to be hosting for the rest of the day.
I am hosting.
You'll see us going around and everything. We want to thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for coming and having us.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. And it's been just as fun, so it's getting better and better.
We had a good time.
Hey, we'll talk to you soon. Facebook Live.